So yesterday morning, we got a very exciting announcement. Today, February 9th, we are getting a Nintendo Direct. So before the Nintendo Direct happens, I figured I'd throw out my predictions for what we might see. Now, over on Twitter, Nintendo of America wrote, "Tune in to 9 at 2 p.m. PT for a hashtag Nintendo Direct. Live stream featuring roughly 40 minutes of information, mainly focused on hashtag Nintendo Switch games, launching in the first half of 2022. So that's tonight at 5 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time, and I will be streaming this one if you want to watch alongside with me. At 40 minutes long, it's a decent length for a Direct, and apparently it's mostly going to be about games launching for the Switch in the first half of 2022. We had our suspicions that a Nintendo Direct might be happening soon. I made a video a little while back about an interesting comment that was noticed in a Japanese Nintendo magazine. That magazine was Nintendo Dream, and they claimed in their next issue, not only would they be covering Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, but also that issue would include a new game they didn't expect. The next issue of Nintendo Dream magazine comes out on February 21st. So, many were guessing that whatever this mystery game was they were planning to cover in their next issue, it could get announced in a Nintendo Direct, which would mean we'd get a Nintendo Direct before February 21st, the date of the next time a Nintendo Dream magazine was getting released. And of course, with the announcement yesterday, that theory was spot on. We also get Nintendo Directs often in February, or at least around this time of year. So Nintendo has a chance to show off what's coming in the first half of the year. They do this a lot. And it's been a while since we've had a Nintendo Direct, so getting one already felt a little overdue. So very exciting to finally be getting this one. We also had a few other things beyond the Nintendo Dream magazine pointing towards the possibility of a February Nintendo Direct. For instance, the composer of the Xenoblade Chronicles games had tweeted this out. Yasunori Mitsuda wrote, "Thank you so much for your birthday messages. I'm sorry I couldn't reply to each person. This thank you will be returned to you in the work. At the earliest, if you are lucky, we will announce the first one next month, so please look forward to it." So I guess that right there should be our first prediction. Potentially something for Xenoblade Chronicles could be here. Possibly even a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 reveal. Xenoblade Chronicles X is one of the last Wii U titles yet to be ported to Switch, although I think that game had a completely different composer, so I doubt that's what Mitsuda would be referring to here. More than likely it would be potentially for a Xenoblade Chronicles 3, an actually new game. But either way, I would be happy to see something Xenoblade Chronicles happen in this Direct, whether it's a port of Xenoblade Chronicles X or what Mitsuda is probably talking about here, which could be Xenoblade Chronicles 3 or something. We also had, I believe it was a French game retail website, list the Batman Arkham Collection for Switch before taking that listing down. This website had also prematurely put up Witcher 3 and Assassin's Creed for the Switch, giving away those games would be coming to the Switch before that was officially announced. And oftentimes when game retailers put up unannounced games, a Direct is imminent. And it seems listing the Batman Arkham Collection a few days ago was in fact a good indication a Direct was on the way. So another highly likely prediction is I suspect that this collection will be announced in the Direct. Ed Perkins also hinted that the Tomb Raider series may have some sort of presence in the Direct as well. So also a good prediction, we may likely see something Tomb Raider there as well. Probably the most obvious game that we'll see in the Direct is Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. That game is releasing March 25th, so and absolutely confirmed to be first half of the year Switch title. And Nintendo has been promoting it heavily already on Twitter. Plus, it's Kirby's 30th anniversary this year, so I suspect we will see Kirby in the Direct for sure. On March 14th, Square Enix's Triangle Strategy is releasing, so again, a confirmed to be first half of 2022 game for Switch. Very likely we'll see some of that in the Direct. And Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp was delayed as it was supposed to initially release last year in December, if I recall. And now it seems to be releasing April 8th, though I think officially it's still just listed as spring 2022. Either way, it clearly qualifies as a first half of 2022 Switch title release. And maybe we will see that April 8th release date locked in officially in the Direct. Beyond those for sure first half of the year Switch games, we do know about several other titles that should be coming out this year, and we'll likely get a better idea of exactly when they plan to release them in this Direct. Most notably, Splatoon 3 is scheduled for 2022, and I suspect it will likely be a first half of the year release, so we might see a good amount of Splatoon 3 in this Direct. Bayonetta 3 is also a confirmed 2022 Switch title. Whether it's later on in the year or not, I do not know, but either way, seeing more of Bayonetta 3 here seems pretty likely to me. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope from Ubisoft is another confirmed 2022 Nintendo Switch game, and could definitely have a presence at this Direct as well. We know the upcoming DLC expansion, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, is scheduled for this summer. Whether that's considered the first half of the year or not, I'm not quite sure. It's sort of the middle. But again, either way, it's possible we could see more of that. Capcom might also have something else to show off in the Direct, but what exactly, I'm not sure. Maybe something with the Ace Attorney series? Unsure, and it's anyone's guess, but I suspect Capcom will have something here in the Direct. What would be most exciting for me is if we saw more of Breath of the Wild 2 in this Direct. It's likely not a first half of the year 2022 game, more likely the big Nintendo holiday release title for 2022, but we still don't even have a title reveal and still have to resort to referring to it as Breath of the Wild 2. And we've seen very little gameplay footage over the several years it's been since it was first announced. Anything Breath of the Wild 2 would make the Direct for me, but I'm unsure if Nintendo will tease more or save everything for E3 this year. Also, much like I said about Xenoblade Chronicles X, Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD are among the very few big Wii U games yet to be ported to the Switch, so I'd love to see those get ported up. Really, anything Zelda in this Direct, I'd be pretty excited for. It has, of course, been a long time waiting to see anything from Metroid Prime 4. Definitely doesn't feel like a first half of 2022 game. Even thinking it could come out next year might be a bit too hopeful. But any kind of information about Prime 4 would, of course, be exciting to see. Can't count it out completely. And there were also a lot of rumors about the Prime Trilogy being ported to Switch. I suspect if that is still happening, it's being held off to release closer to whatever Prime 4 releases. But hey, again, it is possible we could see some of this stuff in the Direct, but I'm not necessarily counting on it. Speaking of things I'm not counting on being in the Direct, well, I'd love to hear more about Pokemon right now, as I'm absolutely loving Legends Arceus. Just made an hour-long review video on the game, so feel free to go check that out if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on that game. I seriously doubt anything more than maybe a brief reminder that the Legends Arceus game is out right now will be in the Direct, though. Pokemon tends to do its announcements in its own Pokemon Presents, and not during Nintendo Directs. And Pokemon Day is February 27th, so very likely a separate Pokemon presentation will happen later on this month. I'm very hopeful we will see some Legends Arceus DLC announced. Seems to be a lot of reasons to suspect we will, as the game is selling phenomenally, and I believe some data mines have shown some forms of Pokeball that suggest Pokemon Home compatibility with Legends Arceus, so I suspect DLC will be happening for this game in the future. However, again, likely not shown off in the Direct, but rather probably later on this month, closer to Pokemon Day. Another thing I'd love to see in this Direct, but might be better suited elsewhere, is Silksong. Been waiting to hear more about that for a while, but I'm unsure if that would be saved for an Indie World presentation or actually be part of a Nintendo Direct, but it would be cool if we saw it. There have been rumors for a while now that a new Donkey Kong game is in the works. Zippo talked about that a while back, so that could be a surprise game that might actually get announced and be far enough along in development to release in the first half of 2022, as those rumors have been circulating for a while. We also have a Donkey Kong movie that's supposedly already greenlit, apparently as a spin-off of the Mario Bros. Movie that's releasing this holiday season. Maybe we could see a Mario Bros. Movie trailer in this Direct. That would be pretty cool to finally see. Though I could also see them saving that trailer until Mario Day on March 10th. Or even much later this year if they want to save the hype of the first trailer drop for that movie until closer to its release. Speaking of Mario stuff, we had some rumors of potentially Mario Odyssey 2 happening. We had that weird survey leak I did a video on a little while back that completely predicted some unpredictable things about Sonic Frontiers. Supposedly the survey also had information on Mario Odyssey 2. I'm unsure if Mario Odyssey 2 could get announced in this Direct or if they'd save that for something like E3, and if it was announced, I really doubt it would be a game that's in the first half of 2022. Most likely it would be like a 2023 big holiday Switch title or something. But since we do have a pretty solid potential leak for it, figured I'd mention it as a possibility of something we could see here. Sonic Frontiers, of course, could also get some more shown off, potentially. With Mario and Sonic in mind, we could also see something from the Mario and Sonic at the Olympics game series. It's the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics right now, after all. Though there are some rumors a new game might have already been cancelled due to controversy about the Olympics themselves. Definitely always weird to tie like Mario and Sonic games heavily to real-world events, so who knows what's going on with that series, and whether or not we could see something from it in the Direct. One Mario thing I truly do think we will see in the Direct is DLC for Mario Party Superstars. That game's great, best Mario Party in years, however it is a little lacking on the number of boards. Plus there are so many classic boards I'd love to see remastered they could add with DLC. Luckily, data mines suggest extra boards could be coming to the game, so a DLC announcement during the Direct I think is pretty likely. And of course, the big Mario rumor that's been floating around lately is the possibility of the next Mario Kart getting announced, which could happen in this Direct. Now, whether or not they count the next Mario Kart as Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart 10, because the mobile game Mario Kart Tour, I don't know if that's Mario Kart 9 or not, I don't know. Mario Kart Tour just got Charge and Chuck added, by the way, so that's cool. Also, whether it's a full-blown Nintendo Kart with a Smash Bros.-like roster of characters, as the rumors suggest, I also have no idea. But it would be very cool to get the next iteration of the Mario Kart series announced either way. And this rumor has come from several people suggesting that such a game is in the works, like Dr. Sir Cantoto, Leaky Pandy, and Marco Maro. Marco Maro also tweeted out yesterday, Intelligent Systems fans will be very happy tomorrow, and showed the Nintendo Direct. Intelligent Systems works on the Fire Emblem series, and it's been a few years since Three Houses came out, so the announcement of a brand new Fire Emblem title release could be the big reveal in the Direct. I'd be pretty excited for a new Fire Emblem game, since getting one would likely have Sakurai rushing out of retirement to work on Super Smash Bros. Again, to add a few dozen more Fire Emblem characters. No, but seriously, well, obviously we won't be getting a new Smash fighter in this Direct. We could see some Smash-related news in the form of amiibo release dates for Min Min, Steve, and Alex. And possibly we could see the sculpts for further confirmed to be amiibo Smash characters, like Sephiroth, Pyra, Mithra, and Kazuya. Still, we have no idea if Sora is getting a Smash amiibo or not. I really hope he does to complete the collection I've been working on since amiibos first came out, but I know Disney might be tough to work with on this one. Though it's also possible they are simply waiting to reveal the Sora amiibo closer to when it would actually release. We do have a lot of Smash character amiibos to get through at this point, so I don't think Sora, if he does get an amiibo, would have that release until like earliest the end of the year, if not much later than that. So maybe we could get confirmation on whether or not Sora is getting an amiibo in this Direct, but more likely I think even if he is, we'd probably have to keep waiting, as I don't think it would happen anytime soon, and the only reason to have held off this long is probably to wait until it's closer to his release, and I don't think that would still be anytime soon. Either way, solid release dates for Min Min, Steve, and Alex seem pretty likely to be seen in the Direct here, and potentially the further sculpts for some of the other amiibo Smash characters. Maybe we'll even get something like ARMS 2 announced. Min Min being added to Smash always made me assume the ARMS series had a future, so who knows. Oh, and while we're speaking of Smash, it looks like Sakurai's anniversary tweets are over, so that's sad to see go. We know Majora's Mask is scheduled to release for the NSO expansion pack this month, and we know several other N64 NSO games that will be coming out in the future. But seeing some more of them revealed would be cool to see here as well. Some more future NSO N64 games that could happen past the ones we know are happening in the future. Maybe even add a whole new console to the NSO like the Game Boy or Game Boy Advance. Not sure if that would happen in this Direct, as N64 and Genesis are still fairly new, and Nintendo might want to save adding another console for a later date. We do have scheduled maintenance tomorrow for the NES and Super NES NSO, so possibly some games added to those. I'd love to see Mario RPG and Earthbound added to the Super NES NSO. Both of those games were on the Super NES Classic console, and I've been waiting to see them get added to the online service. Speaking of Earthbound and the Mother series, it would be really cool if a remaster of one of the Mother series games got revealed here. We could possibly get that missing Porky Spirit added to Smash finally if the series did get a new game release at some point. And that Link's Awakening remake art style is just perfect for the Mother series. But alas, being hopeful for anything Mother related always just feels like a pipe dream, but it could happen in the Direct. The creator of the Mother series actually did tweet out that it's going to snow at 7 a.m., which is the time for the Direct today, so maybe that's a subtle hint that something Mother could actually be here if you want to get really conspiracy theorist with this one. And on the note of absolute pipe dreams, is Pikmin 4 still a thing, or what? Could we see something Pikmin in this Direct? Was Hey Pikmin Pikmin 4? I know we just recently got Pikmin Bloom, but it's a mobile game, so I don't think that's Pikmin 4. I'm still waiting for a true Pikmin 4. Doubtful, but it would make the Direct for me if it happened. Well, now that I'm talking about the Mother series and Pikmin 4, I'm probably starting to just wildly hope for Nintendo games at this point, series that haven't gotten any attention in a while, and this is becoming more of a wish list kind of video than a predictions video. So let's hope we see Star Fox, F-Zero, and Punch-Out in the Direct as well. Why not Kid Icarus and Star Tropics 2 while we're at it? Okay, so with me just crazily speculating about random Nintendo series by the end here, that about wraps up my predictions. The Direct is tonight at 5 p.m. I'll stream the Direct, so feel free to join me for that. What do you think of my predictions here, and what do you think we'll see in the Direct tonight? If you have any thoughts or comments about any of the stuff I talked about in this video, leave them below.
Remember to like the video, leave a comment in the section below, and subscribe to PapaGenos!
Twitter, Patreon, Discord.